I wanted her to be a mommy and have kids and marry me. That was my plan. But God has it's a better plan. What He had for her life. It's a lot better plan. It's going to be great. And once this all happens, man, it's going to blow us out of the water. I'm already blown out of the water, but it's just going to be like, oh my gosh. And we are the future of getting out. Like, Scripture is still being lived today. It doesn't just have to be lived in Jesus' times and post-Jesus times. It's being lived today. The Bible is still being written. And there's new mediums of telling the stories of Christ. And we are part of the storytelling team, and we are part of the emailing, techie, networking, copper, all these. we all have different friends. We all came from different places. Each one, look as we look around, most of us came from different places. And maybe met in college. We all met, like Casey and I, Jack and I became friends out here. We all have different workplaces. We all have different networking streams. And I want to get the story out. We'll talk about it.
First of all, I just need to remember Luau Larry's and
Bobby McGee.
All right.
And Chaplain Bobby.
And Chaplain, yeah. So anyway, so I prayed to Jesus last night right next to him in bed. He laid down with me in bed and we cried and prayed, and he prayed for me first, and then we held hands, and I was weeping like a baby, like I was earlier. I asked the Lord to come, to give me 10 minutes with Elizabeth. And earlier this week, Robbie, I was ready to go, and the Lord gave me mercy. It was Wednesday night for the Lord to give me mercy, and I wanted to be with her so bad. And I said, I don't know if I can do this. I found out that I can't go to the funeral, and just like I don't know if I can handle, that's not enough closure. If I didn't know if I was gonna have closure. So, when Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I was just like, why God am I here? Why am I here? I was pissed off. I was angry. I was, mourning Elizabeth and just hurting for her family so bad, and just wanting her to be with me and just be totally fine, and like meeting all my friends that, and what's amazing, she met every one of those people almost that had been to the hospital that flew in. I made a point for some reason to have her meet as many as friends. We made trips out of the way for her to meet friends that she knows, like all my fraternity brothers she knew. The one person she didn't meet that I wanted her to meet was David Liggett, and that's the only person I remember. But anyway, she got to know all my friends, and anyway, we were lying there praying, and we asked for, or I just asked, that night. Sorry, I'm jumping around. I prayed for Wednesday night when the whole trauma team came in of all my doctors. You're not going to be able to travel. And I started weeping. You're not going to be able to travel by train, plane, or automobile for 2 weeks. I was like, your lungs can't take it. And I started weeping like a baby. And I was just that moment, I was like, why, God? I was just like, damn you, God. Why are you doing this to me? I was like, why am I here? I'm like, I don't know if I can do this. Why am I here? And she's gone. She didn't even make it through. She didn't even make it to the hospital. And why am I here and gonna make it? I was like, I don't know if I'm doing my right career. I was thinking, like, I'm not at a very, like, what am I supposed to do without her? I thought I was going to marry this girl. I thought we were going to have a future together, and I was so excited about our adventure. I'll read this real quick. She wrote this to me on my birthday. My birthday. She supported me in everything I did. The hardest thing, y'all all remember my birthday. I did my first like kissing scene with a girl for this music video, and we'll watch it today. Because it's so weird, because it talks about, we put Elizabeth in the song. Just weird. It's my first music video where I had to do a kissing scene with a girl. The big makeout scene. Jack, were you there? Jack was there. I mean, he worked on the whole shoot. Was on my birthday, and she couldn't be with me on my birthday because she had to finish exams. She had exams that day, so she could keep finishing her school, finishing that semester, so she could come out here. She wanted to be done by summer school and graduate. And so that day, it was also our 1 year anniversary when we met on my birthday. And there's there's got to be significance that God brought the day of my life. She brought me new life, or He brought me new life on my 26th birthday. Or the future of my new life on earth. And Elizabeth. And introduced me to her. So we fell in love immediately. She had a boyfriend, but she broke up with him in like 3 days. And we had to be together. Our ranches share a fence line. I'd never met the girl. I'd seen her ranch and known about this girl that everyone loved in Highland Park, and she was loved by so many. And I was just like, my mom thought, honestly, I remember my mom thinking Elizabeth was too good for me, and I think she did think that at that moment. I think she did. That's fine. And I think she was. Yeah, she did. She said that. She said it. You didn't say she's too good, Mom. You go, Elizabeth? She's a good girl, Luke. You said that. Yes, you did, Mother. I'm telling you, you said. I told you this multiple times. And I go, well, what does that mean, Mom? I mean, I'm sure she's amazing. And I mean, she's 10 times the person that I am. So it's just, she was right. You were right. And I was like, and I knew for some reason I just had to be with her. And I didn't want to get married or be in a serious relationship again until I was like, I'd made a commitment towards this acting passion I had, and I was like, you know what, I'm fine. Or just send that person in 30, 32. You know, that's good, because I'll be able to pursue, be poor and live on sailboats and be a struggling actor, you know, and not have to worry about providing. And that wasn't God's plan. He brought me Elizabeth, and I was like, immediately, y'all all remember, a lot of y'all were at my birthday when she first came into my life. And but anyway, that's just, I mean, I met her on my birthday. I had her for my birthday until her death. My 26th birthday, I had her for another birthday too. And this birthday, it was our year anniversary. And it shows that this is like, it says, you're all that I want, more than I deserve. I love you. And she does, it's a Valentine card. It says, I love you. Valentine, it says, I love you. Birthday boy with a smile. And she didn't want to call me Lukey or any name that anyone else had called me. Like, Puke. She had to have her own name. I called her, and I didn't want to call her. She hated, even though
she hated Lizzie.
She hated Lizzie.
We didn't know that.
We didn't know until like a week ago.
She thinks Liz is a plumpy fat girl, and she's like, that's just in her mind. She's like, Liz, I'm Elizabeth.
I remember.
And her name's Sarah Elizabeth Toon, so I call her S-E and E-S-S-I-E. I call it, spell it like that. And she called me Luca. And So it says, I love you, birthday boy with a smile. Happy birthday, Luca. I can't believe it's already been a year. Such an amazing experience. You've taught me so much about life and love. You're such a special part of my life. I'm so blessed to have a man like you, and I'm so proud to call you mine. You have such a sweet spirit and a faith and a sense of leadership that is evident and contagious. Thank you for being my best friend. Thank you for loving me. I can't imagine sharing this adventure with anyone else. I love you always, and to Elizabeth and to Essie. And little did I know that this adventure is like continue on. I mean, without her here on this earth. So my vision last night was that I'm going to make this love story into a similar. Elizabeth told me, she's like, we were talking about out here how she decided she wanted to become a line producer, which is she's very good at logistics, at coordinating and bringing. She found out what a line producer does, which is basically packaging a TV show or a movie, a project, and like staffing it, taking all the logistics, like budget. It's basically, producing, there's a creative producer that has the idea, and there's somebody a line producer basically who makes that idea come to life or happen. And we were talking about how great it would be if she became a line producer and we started making, like, I want to make movies. That's all. Since I'm a little boy, that's what my calling has been. I used to make, Mom and Dad know I've had Indiana Jones and the Last Cow Patty.